Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel for another war video. We're here in War 2 up against SGA. This is a double war video, so we're going to have SGA and Matrix in this one. And here you're going to be seeing Professor X in his only fight, taking on this Quicksilver on Ebb and Flow Intercept. The game plan here is to trigger his evade, then we're going to get above 25 charges. Now he can't evade us anymore. And then we just want to build up to a special 3, which we will then launch when we have 100 charges in our channeling, and then we're just going to cycle SP3s. We do want to land an intercept just before we throw that special 3 to get full damage. So here you'll see I just go for it there. I take a couple hits, which is fine, it just builds a little bit of power. Quicksilver doesn't hit too hard. We're going to channel this and the fight is over. Again, Professor X, still a great option for war. Anywhere you can make it to an SP3, you're just going to be able to cycle SP3s over and over again. So I believe we will have to sit through one more real quick, and then we are done. Yeah, easy fight, not too bad. Always love using Professor X more. Okay, moving on. We are back to the legendary cow, I believe. Yep, Cersei on Conflictor. We're kind of being slotted into this role as a Rintra specialist since we have him at rank 4. He trivializes some fights and just can't really be replaced with Conduit. So again, the game plan here is to just push her up to bars of power, try to bait out specials, and hit her with big SP2 crits, hopefully. So here comes the first one, 32. It's 68k, a good amount of it gets healed back, that's fine. Gonna throw this one again at crits. So she's down to 40%. Gonna just go for this here. I do have an invuln boost on with a couple hits left on it, but the crit ends up killing her. 155k. Pretty crazy damage from the cow. And next up, we have a Galan boss. So I'm mostly just gonna let this one play out. But long story short, this is only a rank 3 Galan and I have a rank 4 Rintra, but with Conduit, I really don't think this is the best assignment. Basically your damage is just going to be severely mitigated by the fact that you get healed back every time you throw the SP2, and if you don't crit, you're going to have a really hard time getting this guy down. So if this was a rank 4, I'd probably time out here. I'm boosted pretty heavily, about as heavily as I can be boosted, and you'll just see that this fight kind of drags on a lot longer than it should. We have to throw some SP3s in there, and again, just not the best counter to this fight. Two assignments that come to mind are Blade. He would do good here because Galan is a dimensional beam, and then Corvus with a lot of charges just spamming SP2. But yeah, I'll let the fight play out from here and catch up with you guys. Key takeaways here are that Rintra is a tank, and with his max inequity and all these ruptures we're placing, we're not going to take a lot of damage from a boss, and we're just going to try to hit him with the special that lines up in our rotation, whether that's the SP2 with a lot of ruptures, or if we get pushed to SP3, that's fine as well. I think there is one part here, just to check in real quick, where I do get parried. There I eat a special, and here I think, yeah, I get caught on a dash and I get parried. So at this point I got a little worried, but no panic, and just get an SP3 off, get some healing back from mystical charges, and try to close this thing out. There, if we had gotten a crit, the fight probably would have been over. But, getting to the tail end of this here, the real moral of the story in this fight is just how ridiculously tanky Rintra is. I mean, we've taken a ton of hits in this fight, we've gotten parried, we've taken combos, we've taken specials, and the cow just endures, man. It's a crazy champion. So that was my war, 3 quick fights, and now we'll move on to the Matrix War. Once again, we are on Rintra duty, and basically, we are on path 7 here versus King Groot. He's going to get some Furies at the start while he has his Furies, but once we neutralize those and get our power gain buffs, we're going to start stacking Furies, and the game plan is to just get some big crits, and hopefully finish him off, but really just beat him down with Rintra, and kind of ignore the global for the most part. We're never going to die in this fight. King Groot just doesn't have the damage to kill us, even with Furies. But he won't have any buffs from here on out, so should be a pretty easy cleanup for Rintra. Here we get a decent stack, but I don't think it crits. Yep, so most of it heals back. That's fine. We're just going to go in, kind of rinse and repeat, and finish him off. So we're going to parry, throw an SP2, and end this fight. I think we kill him, yeah, with the first hit. So, easy peasy, 100% health. Rintra doing Rintra things. Next up, we have this Sigil Witch. I was a little worried about this fight, just because Sigil Witch can get a little bit out of control with the buffs that she places on you in MD. And I don't have Nova here because I need to place it on the boss for Nagase and his rank 4 Human Torch. So we're basically going to just stick to our rotation here. Parry medium heavy, sorry, just parry heavy, parry medium light, parry medium light, and then parry medium light 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 into a special to not get any of the strike counters on us. And again, I'm just going to play this super safe. I don't want the Disorient on me, so I'm going to parry a lot of the specials. I don't want to dex because of MD, so when I can, I just parry. Here she gets pushed to SP2. I throw my special. I'm going to parry a couple times here, just trying to bait this out. Throw a heavy, why not? There it is, parry the first hit, and block the rest. Just playing super safe, it's my only torch fight. So so I'm not too worried about block damage, and she eventually goes down to the special and some incinerates, so not too bad. Torch doing his job, slaying a Mystic, and then our final fight is the Cersei on Conflictor, which we took already at the start of this video. I wanted to show this again though, because it goes significantly differently than the last one. Again, comes down to some crit RNG. Conflictor comes into play a lot more. She's a little bit more stingy with her specials, and so you're going to see why it's important to have an invuln boost here. So again, game plan in this fight is to hope for big SP2 crits, but basically just turn off Cersei's abilities with her intro. In this fight, she's a lot less cooperative with her specials. I also don't bother baiting them, so she gets pushed to SP3 pretty quickly. That's fine, we have an invuln boost on. The only consequence is you guys are going to have to sit through 3 Cersei Special 3 animations in this fight, so feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to watch those. But again, invuln boost saves my life here, and so I do play this fight slightly differently, saving my invuln boost and not using the trick where you can get hit by her in the corner. So again here I'm just going to push it to SP3, try to get the damage in. Eat another one. Maybe I should have sped this up, but oh well. We're just gonna watch this beautiful fiery rock get thrown on the cow, and then somehow it hits him with an... I don't even know. Okay, so we're back into it. Mood God doing mood things, and he is going to just walk up here, throw another SP2. Doesn't do much, didn't have very many ruptures. I think we bait out this SP2 for fun. Trying to conserve my invuln boost a little. And now we're going to get our neutralized again. And again, I go for an SP2 here. It doesn't kill, obviously, and she gets another SP3. So we are going to be transmutated for the 3rd time. At this point, I've had enough of this lady. What I'm going to do is push to SP3 and try to finish her off with a big SP3 in the corner. So I hit her as many times as I can, get her down to 6% health, and I figure this SP3 will kill. Glorious animation, finishes off Cersei, finishes off the war for me. So 6 fights in 2 wars, a lot of moo, and again, just having a good start to the season, trying to fill this role for my team. If you enjoyed this video, in which we had 2 wins, 6 fights, all the moo, please hit like, subscribe for future content. I appreciate each and every one of you, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Later.